widespread outrage from residents. As many people know, there is widespread outrage from residents throughout the district that the core strategy has led to unsustainable overdevelopment. The local infrastructure, and especially highways, is not coping with the development completed so far, let alone those sites for which planning is due to be submitted before 2025. The Council intends that the core strategy be simply taken forward, unchanged, into a new local plan 2017-2037. The Council does not expect the new local plan to be adopted until 2023 at the earliest. Today, 12 years after the adoption of the core strategy, certainly does not fulfil the legal requirement for an early review, as was legally required by Planning Inspector Laura Graham. The CEO Planning Inspector lawfully required that RDC do an early review of the local plan. This was not done. Had the Council undertaken such a review, then the findings of ACOM would also have been taken into account. That's the growth and infrastructure framework for Rochford District. Now, just diverging slightly, as residents, we have certain lawful duties to pay our council tax, not to fly tip, not to park illegally, and likewise we expect the people that represent us on the council to act the same within the legal framework that's established. If you have a society where you pick and choose, cherry pick even, or pick and choose which parts of the legal system you want to adhere to, then it becomes a pretty poor system where we just say, oh no, we don't want to do this bit, but we'll do that bit. Anyway, carrying on, the council would, then have had to have reconsidered the sustainability of the core strategy. Since the early review of the core strategy has not been undertaken and has been unilaterally ignored by the council, this has led to planning decisions being made which are detrimental to residents and will be exacerbated if the SRER 8 is approved in a planning application. If Rochford District Council do not appear to have confidence in the legal requirements placed upon them, how can constituents reasonably be expected to have confidence in them and their decision making? This has led to the vote of no confidence petition in Rochford District Council. Thank you.
Councillor Ward, can I please ask you to respond to the petition? Councillor Ward, you have 5 minutes in which to respond.
Thank you, Chairman. The key point of concern raised in the petition is that a review of the core strategy has not been carried out by the Council, together with insufficient investment in infrastructure, unsustainable overdevelopment and material economic damage. Firstly, a question. Why was there a commitment to carry out an early review of the core strategy? I'll explain. The core strategy itself was adopted in 2011 and an early review took place in March 2012 in response to the Inspector's letter of August 2011, which I quote some salient points. In all circumstances and to avoid any further delay, I am minded to suggest that the Council considers proposing changes to the plan which would acknowledge the shortfall in the planned period, briefly explaining the circumstances and making a firm commitment to an early review of the plan. I'm of the view that such changes could be considered minor and would not require formal consultation or sustainability assessment. I continue. This course of action would be a pragmatic way of ensuring the Council has a core strategy in place to guide development whilst it undertakes a revision of the plan in accordance with the new legislative and policy framework. In regard to the allocations plan, it was not finally adopted until 2014. Both the core strategy and the allocations plan were publicly examined and tested by an independent inspector, and both were found to be sound and suitable for adoption. The soundness of the plans was further tested through legal challenges, but no issues were subsequently identified regarding the way the plans have been prepared by the Council. There is a specific reason for the recommendation by the Inspector for an early review of the core strategy, and this did not relate to any shortcomings in the contents or soundness of the plan. Progress of the plan through public examination to adoption was delayed as a result of the imminent arrival of a new national planning policy framework and at the same time the proposed revocation of regional plans. The delay meant the core strategy as submitted technically did not cover a 15-year period. The inspector, as explained, raised no issues with the soundness of the plan, but did accept the benefits of an early review to ensure the plan covered at least a 15-year period. This early review of the core strategy commenced March in 2012, and its outcomes are a matter of record. The core strategy and the allocations plan and other policy documents form the planning framework for the district to be implemented by 2025. For the plans to be sound, every site allocation, that's housing, employment, etc., was tested to ensure it could be sustainably delivered and the specific infrastructure requirements for every housing site are set out in Appendix H1 of the adopted core strategy and in the individual site policies set out in the allocation plan. For planning consent to be granted for development on the allocated sites, the developer must agree to provide all the infrastructure requested in order to fully mitigate the impact of their development. The council is currently working on the preparation of a new local plan. It's worth noting that the new local plan will effectively compromise the contents of a core strategy and an allocations plan. The petitioner makes a point about material economic damage, though it should be recognised that development plans are intended to address a range of social, economic and environmental matters. The current core strategy and allocation plans also include proposals for economic development, and the area action plan prepared jointly with Southend Borough Council provide for the development of the airport and a new business park. Far from creating material economic damage as suggested, the council's plans are focused on economic regeneration and development with housing as an essential part of that equation. Because of the reasons previously stated, and we currently have embarked on our new local plan, I propose no further action. Thank you, Chairman.
Councillor Stepton.
Mr. Chairman, I second that position. I reserve the right to speak at the end of the debate.
Thank you, Councillor Stepton. I have a number of people wishing to speak. Councillor Mrs Mason. Could I ask all the speakers to be concise, please?
I'll do my best, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for calling me. In December 2011, this council adopted the core strategy, and in line with the inspector's requirement, committed to an early review. The council did not do that, in my view, in a timely fashion, and it is regularly reporting that it cannot progress the agreed dates on the new local plan 2017 to 2037. We are 3 years past that date, we note. If the council had acted promptly on the earlier review, this would have enabled residents to have certainty and prevented all the current upset and stress caused to residents because a possible extension of the core strategy could have been undertaken alongside known infrastructure deficits. The problem with inadequate infrastructure and doubts as to the sustainability of current and future development in our area is not only documented but experienced by all of us on a regular basis. Therefore, it is no surprise or of great regret that so many residents have supported a vote of no confidence, and this whole matter needs to be reviewed urgently by the council. Initially, I would think at the review committee, and then with the planning inspector whose directions need to be taken into account, because this council has failed to conduct a timely review that was committed in 2011. This council has failed to provide adequate resources to ensure that this was conducted and that the new local plan is carried out efficiently in a timely fashion. In brief, in my view, this council has spectacularly failed its residents in this respect. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. Sorry, I haven't got a mic, but I'm usually quite loud enough anyway.
Councillor, bear with me, I need to repeat your name, it's Councillor Mrs McPherson.
Councillor Smith. Councillor Smith, could you please use the mic because we have audio recording upstairs for the benefit of
It is on.
It's on. So if
There
you
is someone, not
speak
one
into-
here,
yeah,
somebody else
speak
there.
into the mic.
Okay. Okay, first of all, I would like to thank Councillor Ward for his account. His role as councillor with the portfolio for planning is not a position that I will ever see a queue for. It is a painful, thankless task, with housing numbers pushed onto local councils from successive governments. So to recap, the then head of planning produced a report that led the development subcommittee to choose option E. A fuller review then started on 2015 as part of the new local plan. The problem is this is not seen as good enough by our residents, and I empathise completely with our residents. Our residents must be listened to and their concerns addressed. The allocations plan was adopted in 2014. This is 6 years ago. It is important that we don't just roll over existing policies in our new plan. We must review our spatial strategy and policies in the light of up-to-date evidence and guidance. For example, the impact of developments on climate change, the environment have currently reviewed their flood management plans for 2021 to 2027. Within the revision that Councillor Ward has mentioned, I am hoping that all new guidance and emerging evidence will be included and their impact on any allocations, past and present, are considered. Then, finally, there is the elephant in the room. Essex County Council highways. I do not have long enough to say what I would like to say about Essex County highways, but I would like to see our county councillors, as a collective, challenge highways decisions. I know our county councillors, and trust me, they can be quite formidable on their own. I hope post this meeting my suggestion will be acted upon, not as lip service, but as a formidable force that demand better from highways, scrutinise their decisions and will not accept any compromises. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As the first person to speak about a prepared speech, and I doubt to go very badly wrong. I've listened to Councillor Walden as ever. He read his script very well. I perhaps may have less sympathy than others with the role because it's a role you've chosen to do, however difficult it may be. I cannot add anything much to what Councillor Mrs. McPherson says or Councillor Mrs. Mason. I would have said everything as well that they have said. The review, as I saw it, has not been undertaken. The shortage of numbers have never been addressed adequately. The real issue, which this petition goes to, is around the lack of infrastructure and the lack of planning around that. I will reiterate what Councillor McPherson says. We as a council are not hard enough to question what we get back from Essex Highways. They say that everything is adequate, where we know when we live here that things are not. With regard to the local planners past, I'll give an example where this council fails itself as well. When the local plan was adopted originally, there was specific mention by the inspector in his report that Poultry Lane must be addressed properly, must be improved properly, not by putting a few lanes in just in advance of it to ease traffic moving into it. He said this must be addressed before any development is made at SER6. When that came in front of the planning committee, that was totally ignored. So this council should also look upon itself, which is what this motion is going to. So I will support the motion and the aims of the motion. I don't think I will support Councillor Ward's motion. Thank you.
Councillor
also emphasise with residents. But it's my understanding that the core strategies of both. Developers will be able to apply for planning permission on any land for any number of houses across the district.
Councillor Mr Hookmate.
Thank you, Chairman. I would pick up on a particular point which hasn't been raised. Basically, the success of any plan is not at the time of when it's drawn up, but actually during the process that it's enacted and how it is implemented. There has been one particular area which I feel that the plan is severely deficit and could be deemed as a failure. Hopefully this might be addressed in the new local plan. What I'm talking about is in relation to travel sites. In the core strategy there is an allocation for a travel site. However, this site is unlikely to come forward in any near future, and in recent planning applications this has been a matter that has caused problems for councillors when we've been looking at very planning applications for sites where people have occupied sites and then asked for retrospective planning. Under normal circumstances, these particular sites, bearing in mind they're normally on greenfield sites or are protected sites, they would not in any way be considered appropriate for development. However, because of our current plan fails to provide travel sites within an appropriate timescale, a number of these applications, although they may have been refused at planning, have gone on to be appealed, and some of which have been successful. This is obviously a failure of the original core strategy, and it is one area where there is a real problem. A number of people will look at matters of infrastructure, and I support the arguments around infrastructure. It does seem that there are questions relating to infrastructure needs that seem to be just batted away without any real consideration. And I find that a very worrying situation. Thank you.
Councillors, unfortunately the 15 minutes for debate is now finished.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a proposal. Moving amendments.
Councillor Ward, can I ask you to summarise your motion quickly, please?
Thank you, Chairman. The petitioner required a formal debate in council, which we've just had. I would like to thank all those who have contributed, and all their contributions would have been noted in conjunction with the current work the council has been embarking on regarding the preparation of a new local plan to run until 2037. The issues and options consultation on the new plan was carried out in 2018. The requirements for future housing development in the district are now calculated by a government formula, and the objectively assessed housing needs, the OAN, for the period to 2037. This need has been calculated as being 385 dwellings per annum. The new local plan will need to set out a strategy to explain how delivery of these houses will be achieved. I'm pleased to announce the formation of a new planning policy working group drawn from members across the chamber who will work in conjunction with our planning officers to consider our options into the future. As previously stated, I propose we take no further action. Thank you,
Chairman, just to reaffirm, I think Councillor Richmond.
Mr Miles, 1 minute to say.
Chairman, I'd like to move an amendment to the motion, please.
afraid, Councillor Wilkinson, that the 15 minutes for debate.
I asked I had my hand up before the end of 50 minutes, Chairman, to move the amendment to motion.
But the 15 minutes had expired.
Atrocious. Disgusting.
Order, Mr. Chairman. Motion proposed and seconded on the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As I was so brief on my first reading, I think it was just over 2 minutes, I would appreciate you giving me just a little bit of latitude, run 30 seconds over. First of all, the councillor down there twice mentioned that there will be no further action. I think when it comes to Rochford District Council, you can actually read that as inaction, because that's what Rochford Council does. The council think they can feed residents a few crumbs and they'll go away, toe the line like good little boys and girls. That's long gone. Let's take the Christmas tree farm, Rectory Road. You widen the junction slightly so you allow one more car there? Do you honestly think that solved a traffic problem? You know, you talk about infrastructure. What infrastructure? Where is it? Residents have eyes. You know, we are no longer stupid. We're not blind. Where is this infrastructure, please? I'd like to see it. Where are the extra doctors? I mean, you know, where are the hospitals? Where are the extra roads? Where is the bloody infrastructure, if you excuse my French? You know, it is absolutely ridiculous. You can no longer treat us like mushrooms. I won't coin the actual phrase, but we will no longer be kept in the dark and fed with a certain nutrient. Let's put it that way. You know, residents have had enough of you guys sitting in a closed chamber. Enough is enough. As the Labour Party learned to their detriment in the general election, you know, you can be replaced very easily. In the heartland of the Conservative Party, the Labour Party, they lost seats that have been held historically for 80 years. I'm just saying, people have had enough. You know, you can talk nice words, you can, you know, make platitudes, but it no longer washes. The people are awake and they know what's going on. They know there's no new infrastructure. They know you're building beyond capacity and it is no longer acceptable. Thank you very much.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to move a motion without notice, please, in accordance with the Constitution. And I propose to move this matter to the review board. Is there a second?
Read up when you
Whoever it is,
Exactly. Ridiculous, isn't it? Yeah, trying to get around, yeah, legal.